Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily reading. So today we're taking a look at doing a release the blockage reading. It's your spiritual laxative for the week. Now please do keep in mind that this read is not necessarily going to resonate for absolutely everybody, okay? The way that I read, my style, my humour, again, it's not going to be for everybody, okay? And you know what, that's fine. If you don't like it, obviously you don't have to watch, okay? This reading is for those who are feeling that they are currently stuck and they're looking for ways to rectify being stuck, okay? Right, so with that being said, let's start pulling your cards and we'll see what comes out for you. Right, what's going on for our collective, please? What is their current situation? What is causing their blockage? What is the blockage, and what action do they need to take to release the blockage? Okay. The Magician. Your current situation, the Magician. It's an interesting one, because the Magician, that's akin to having all of the four aces out in the same read, okay? The Magician energy says you have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. You have everything that you need. Your current situation is saying that you might not necessarily be aware that you have everything that you need already. It's about, I feel that this is about you being enough. You're feeling stuck because you probably feel like you're not good enough. But Spirit's telling you you're plenty good enough. You have all of the skills, the tools, the talents, the knowledge. Everything that you need to be successful, you already have it. Okay. What is causing you the blockage? The Hermit. The Hermit energy is causing you a blockage. Deep soul searching, deep introspection, probably looking for some kind of outside validation. Remember, with the Hermit's lamp, inside the Hermit's lamp is the star. It's not a light, it's a star that's inside the Hermit's lamp. And you can see in this deck, the star is outside of the lamp. So you're looking externally for some kind of answers, some kind of maybe approval, maybe some kind of external validation. And it's not outside of you. The blockage is this Hermit. Right, let's clarify this energy. Why is the blockage the Hermit, please? Why is the blockage coming out as the Hermit for our collective? What's going on? The Two of Wands reversed. A lack of enthusiasm, feeling maybe directionless. This is saying, what's going on with this energy, you guys? This is saying you need to complete things that you've already started before you can start something else. Yeah, Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's exactly what the blockage is. You got so much to do, you got so much going on that you're feeling overwhelmed and end up not doing any of it at all. They're saying for you to finish what you started before you can move on. So if you're somebody that's trying to multitask and you've got a lot of things going on at the same time, work through your list of stuff that is still to be complete, that is still to be finished. What else can you tell us? Thank you. Yeah, see? Feeling overwhelmed because you got so much on the go at the same time. Exactly. So it's like, you know when you make yourself lists, And then at the end of the day, you're looking through this list and you're like, right, what did I finish? What did I actually cross off from this list? Sometimes that can be helpful, but other times it can work against you, because if you haven't crossed off everything on your list, it can reinforce those feelings of failure. It's good to keep lists so that you can keep on top of everything that needs doing, but then when you haven't successfully crossed off everything, you're like, shit. Got the Knight of Swords at the bottom of that deck. It's time to focus fire on one thing at a time until you can work your way through that particular list. But there's also another message here as well, with this Hermit being a blockage. And this is more sort of like a psychological, I guess, type message. Saying that you don't know who to trust. And again, that's another reason as to why you're feeling stuck, because you don't know who to trust. I feel that you've had a lot of experience with two-faced individuals. Who have just been associating with you under false pretenses. Okay. So again, every time you're looking for some kind of external validation, which I need to point out, obviously you do not need any external validation, but you know what, sometimes it can be nice to get external validation, but it's not necessary, and it's definitely not necessary to your success. But every time you're trying to achieve something or accomplish something or start something, create something, it's like you look around and you're like, who can I share this with? And then you're discovering not many. Not many. I feel that you've had to keep your circle really, really small. Really small. King of Coins. For what is causing the blockage. That's a very abundant energy. It's almost as if you set yourself some kind of goal here. And there could be too much focus on that end goal rather than the process that you're needing to work through to get to that end goal. I feel that you're definitely taking on too much. Clarify this, King of Coins. Thank you. Four of Wands. Interesting. You've also got Emperor at the bottom of the deck. So what is causing the blockage? Divine masculine energy, someone taking charge, someone taking control. Could be a married person or a person who is in a long-term and serious commitment. Someone who is very successful, someone who's very abundant. A father or a father figure is a strange message to get for what is causing the blockage. Eight of Swords. Five of Wands. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. What's causing the blockage is appearances are deceiving. You could be this energy here that's putting on a bit of a front, and it's causing more blockages. because that energy is in stark contrast to that there. Someone's feeling blocked and restricted because they're not being honest with themselves about what it is that they have committed themselves to, or maybe who they have committed themselves to. Someone's putting on a facade that everything's hunky-dory, everything's fine, that they're doing great. And in actual fact, there's this conflict that's going on internally. Could be you, could be someone else. Maybe you know that there's something going on with another person and it's causing you some kind of blockage. There's an energy here of an individual who is not being honest about how they truly, truly feel, and they're not being honest about what's going on in their head. They're not being honest about their struggles. They're just not being honest. Because they're trying to keep up appearances. Someone's trying to keep up appearances. What action do you need to take? The sun. It's hopefulness, it's happiness, it's optimism. The sun is the happiest card in tarot. It's also indicative of doing the right thing. Creating a life that you're happy with. I feel that someone is stuck in a rut here. Ace of Wands. That's literally Spirit saying, okay, collective, it's time for you to follow your passion. Ten of Cups off balance. The first thing that I heard when I saw that off balance was someone's grieving for a family that they wish they had but never did. It's causing blockages. Someone's also sad at the fact that they cannot share their good news and their happiness with their family. Could be family of origin. I could be speaking to a black sheep of the family, the scapegoat of their family of origin. It's like, yeah, my life is fucking beautiful. It's fucking amazing. But there's always that thing. There's always that thing that's missing. That you keep secret. That you keep hidden away. That you definitely do not want to speak about it with that hermit being there. You definitely do not want to speak about it. And see, because you don't want to speak about it, it's causing this. Internally for you, it's causing that. Because you don't want to speak about it. So somebody is needing to be more open. Yeah, see. Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Someone's needing to be more open with their spouse or with their partner, or maybe even with a mental health professional. So then at least you'll have somebody to speak to. Okay? Definitely. It's under there. The Empress. There you go. So we've seen the Emperor in this energy. There is a masculine energy. Remember, not necessarily a man, but a masculine energy who is keeping up appearances, who is not speaking out on their problems, on their concerns right now, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like they've got far too much going on at the same time in their lives. They're not speaking up on it. And they need to speak up on it. So if you are identifying yourself as being that masculine, you have to speak to somebody that you trust and or a professional. Because you're not going to be able to continue doing this for much longer. Because it's fucking exhausted. If nothing else, it is exhausting. And at some point, eventually, it is absolutely going to affect everything else that you attempt to do in your life. You think it's not going to have a knock-on effect, but it absolutely will. It's balancing out of the energies. There is no shame whatsoever in feeling like you're struggling. None at all. And anybody who tells you otherwise, there's something seriously up with them. Because at some point in their life, everybody goes through a certain amount of struggles, of grief, that they genuinely do not know how they're going to get out the other side of it. Everybody at some point in their life will go through that. Can I have a healing message for our collective, please? Healing message for our collective, please. Like water in the desert, number 20. Right, let's move this deck off to the side. So, like water in the desert means abundance versus scarcity. Okay. Abundance versus scarcity. Abundance is harder for us to handle than scarcity. What is it that makes you rich? We give value to what we have little. Is it because of need, or is it because it can be used to divide those who have from those who have not? And we don't give value to what we have of plenty. How would our inner world... Okay, this is written really strange. How would be our inner world if we could value things for what they are and not for a quantity of them? Cherish good things when they're scarce, and cherish good things when they are abundant. Let go of bad things when they're precious, and let go of bad things when they're common. Our spirit is not to be ruled with the wisdom of economics. And the advice is, do not waste things. Do not waste water and food, and do not waste time. I feel that someone who's resonating with this reading is quite possibly contemplating doing something a bit daft. And Spirit's saying, do not waste your life. And you also need to keep in mind as well that problems are temporary, and whatever someone's thinking about doing here is permanent. You've got to keep everything in perspective. I know that reading was a lot heavier than I thought it would be. A lot heavier. But, I mean, you don't get to pick what comes out of these reads, you know. I just have to read the messages. Remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. Yeah. Say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Yeah. Everything is temporary. Life is very fucking precious. You're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. And stop giving away your power right now. Yeah. I'd say that's very appropriate. Okay, so I am definitely using one of the cheeky decks. I think... Where's my... I've got a different deck that I want to use for this one. Okay, I'm going to use the shitty deck for this one, right? Because I do feel that it's very likely that whoever's resonating with this reading, they are dealing with a shitty person who is making them feel like who they are, what they do, and what they provide is just not good enough. Okay, so that's why I feel it's more appropriate to use this deck as the cheeky deck. Now, please do keep in mind, if you're allergic to swearing or sarcasm, then obviously you do not have to listen, okay? Laughter is the best therapy, though. That's why I much prefer to end the readings on a high note, okay? Right, so... Your first one, don't worry about what shitty people say behind your back. They're the same people who'd rather focus on finding the faults in your life than fixing the faults in their own life. Yeah. So you have been the topic of someone else's conversation, right? Fuck them. Seriously. They don't live your life. They haven't got the first clue what's going on. Fuck them. Life happens and shit happens. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to all of the shit that's thrown your way. Yeah, it's how you respond that dictates who you are as a person. Okay? And remember, problems are temporary. Problems are always temporary. Okay? Right, so I am going to leave that one there. I just genuinely hope that that reading has helped out somebody. If you feel that you could benefit from a personal reading, then my bookings are open on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Also, don't forget to go check out the other daily readings and any of your zodiac horoscope readings as well. You'll definitely find something that's going to resonate there for you for additional clarity, okay? Because I do not clickbait my titles. I don't see the point in it. If you resonate with any of the titles of any of my other readings, then you can pretty much guarantee that that is going to be your read, okay? Because the titles have always come from something that I actually have said during that particular read, okay? But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.